the Go Crying to Walk In podcast. I'm Chef Cholo. You already know. Today's guest, I met by chance. I started a new life. I was thinking about losing weight. You know, I was gigantic, about 100 more pounds than I am right now. And I joined my local gym, you know, and I'm in there and I'm trying to lose weight. And I come out one day and I see a trailer. You know, it's red. It's got all this, you know, incredible painting on it, graphics. And it's like it's burning wood. It's like it's cooking pizza inside this trailer. And I'm like, wow, you know, everybody knows Chef Cholo's into food. Everybody knows I go for the new thing. So right away, boom, I roll up on my guy. I'm looking around. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm Vinny. You know, this is my new business. You know, I used to do some stuff inside the gym. Now I'm out here. You know, COVID this, COVID that. So I get the pizza and I'm blown away. You know what I mean? Next thing I know, I'm working out an extra half an hour just so I could eat a pizza when I leave the gym. So I'd like to introduce my brother, my main man, Vincent, from the New York's wood-fired pizza truck. Brother, how we doing?
What's up, Chef?
All right, my
How
man.
are you, man?
So what's happening, brother?
No, everything's good, man. Everything's always good. It's always a good day.
Thank God you had a couple of seconds for your boy Chef Cholo to come in and chop it up a little bit.
Absolutely,
Very
man.
busy man, Vinny. Very busy man. Then, you know, tell me a little bit about, you know, how you got started making, like, pizza was like your thing, like you were a pizza guy before this? Because I know you had that thing in the gym and there was no pizza in there.
No, we didn't have. My wife and I, we opened that cafe. We toyed around with pizza, but inside the gym, it would go, but it just wasn't a straight fit.
Oh, so you were making pizza a little bit in the gym?
Yeah, we were wrapping them up in the to-go fridge, and people were grabbing them Friday, Saturday nights. They were liking it. The feedback was there.
Okay.
But it just wasn't something that.
We're good. Just no hands tapping.
Yeah, the tapping. Yeah, I did.
I forgot to tell you that, Chris.
I do that too. Yeah, no, I do that too. You can just keep going. He'll fix it.
So yeah, like I was saying, the pizza, it would go in the gym, but we decided to shift directions.
Right.
So yeah, that's what brought us to the pizza trail was the pandemic.
Now, what kind of history do you have with pizza? Like, you did that before
19
that?
years.
19 years. You hear that? 19 years.
19 years waking up every day,
Now,
6 days a week.
Locally, you worked in a pizzeria
Yeah.
locally where we live?
I worked in...
oh, I'm sorry, Vinny. The pizza truck is at the Setauket World Gym and anywhere, private events, Stony Brook College. So, I'm sorry, Vin. So you worked at a local pizzeria now?
Yeah, I worked at Rocco's in St. James. I started there.
Legendary, right?
Yes.
Legendary.
The king of pizza in my eyes. You
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was under him.
So you work with Rocco, because he doesn't work there anymore, right? There's like kids in there all the time when I go in there.
As far as I know, he sold St. James, and you know, he has Patchogue right now.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I worked over with him in Patchogue, and
Oh, you didn't work in St. James Pizzeria.
I
You
did.
worked in Patchogue.
I worked in St. James and Patchogue.
All right. 19 years.
Yeah, all together.
Wow. And then you open up the cafe. Oh, no, you did like restaurant gigs here and there?
Did the cafe, my wife and I. It was good. It was a lot of work. We were definitely married to the business, and then once COVID hit, we just knew that there was no comeback.
Right. So you and Andrew, you were married even when you had the cafe. That's not something new.
No,
How long
we
you been
were-
married?
5 years.
5 years. Wow. Everybody knows that's Vinny's better half, but you know she's not here tonight to prove it. But take my word for it. Take my word for it. Now, one day we're hanging out in the gym. We're talking. You know, again, I'm eating pizza. I'm eating pizza with eggs on it and bacon. That's my one. That's my go-to pie, by the way.
The Liebeck.
Liebeck, Long Island bacon, egg, and cheese.
You can't come to Long Island without having a bacon, egg, and cheese.
You heard it here, folks.
So put a spin on it. Try it on a pizza. People are like, ew, oh my God, eggs on a pizza. I'm like, shut up.
you have to shut up.
Just shut up and
You
try
got to
it.
be quiet. Yeah.
And then
it's
they
what,
always
like
come back.
everything on
Everything
there.
bagel crust. You got to get the eggs runny, bacon bits, mozzarella cheese. Yo, forget it.
My neighbor Debbie, you know Debbie from Pasta, she told me that she actually put sausage on it too. She tells you to put
Yeah.
sausage on
Yep,
it.
she does a little crumbled sausage.
Yeah,
like
she
a
gills
breakfast
it.
pie. It's like a hungry
Fire. I can't eat any other pizza, I'll be honest with you, Vinny. I got a problem. There's one other pizza I could eat, Emilio's and Comac, but I'll only eat the Sicilian because Vinny makes an incredible Sicilian, but you have to get a lottery ticket to get it. Vinny, is that true?
Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday if we,
Sometimes maybe. But even on Friday, if you're too late, no
It's a lot
square
of work.
pot.
It's
I
a lot
can't
of
even
work.
imagine. Again, you have to realize Vinny's truck is a wood-fired pizza oven. And what's the temperature in that oven?
I try to stay at like 800.
800.
A lot of Napolitan go like 900. I stay 800 to give it that New York.
Yeah. So tell us
crispy
about it. That's
bottom.
interesting you say that. You said that's Napolitan. I want to go for the New York thing. What's the difference with that?
Big difference. I'm not so much into the Napolitan style where they cook it, soft, chewy.
Right.
That white bottom. That in Italy that's their thing. Over
That's
here,
it.
if you try to do that in New York, you might get a big slap in the face.
People like it crispy, right?
In my eyes, there's places
Yeah.
that do it really good. I'm sure I can. I never really got into it. I kept my flour, which was the All Trumps. I stayed with that, and I did it my style, and people started coming back like, "Yo, this is off the hook."
You've been watching Netflix, Chef's Table, the pizza
Yeah.
edition?
Yeah, watch that too.
There's some heavy stuff going on
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot that goes into this that nobody understands.
Nobody understands.
There's a lot in any business, chef. That goes into it. People just see the pie come out, get cut, go in a box. They don't see the other side to where it's at.
Everybody thinks, it's pizza, it's pizza.
Yeah.
Easiest game in town. Yeah, okay. And then I have a friend, Big Vinny. He told me, not this Vinny, but Big Vinny. He swears there's no bad pizza. I don't think he's right because there's a lot of bad pizzas. That's what I'm trying to say. But this pizza over here, I can't get away from it.
I don't think he's right. I don't think he's wrong on that.
You think
if
can be constant?
Listen, if you're drunk and you like pizza, you'll eat it. Domino's, Papa John's, everyone has their own style. But when you find something that's good,
It's special.
yeah,
Your pizza's special.
and I appreciate that. We put a lot of time and love into that.
One time, it was the middle of the winter. It was when me and Vinny first met, and I went up to the trailer. I didn't go to the gym that day, so I was up there. I was picking up pizza, and it was the winter. So normally I just eat my pizza right there, standing out in the street. But I had to bring home for everybody, a grandma and everybody. So I decided I was going to speed all the way home. Now everybody that lives in that neighborhood knows that right past the school, that street with the stop sign, there's a cop that hides way up in the corner there, so you can't really see him. And he's usually just getting people that are making a rolling stop or not a good stop. Chef Cholo decided to go through that stop sign at 90 to keep the pizza hot. And then I had to wait a half an hour to get the ticket and fill out and make all my exclusives. So when I got home, the pizza was cold anyway. So
I remember that.
I was Instagramming you
Yes.
from there, right, Vinny?
Yes, I remember seeing that on Instagram.
The cop didn't think it was funny. I thought it was funny. Did he come for pizza? Because I made him. I told him. I said, I know you guys get a break.
I've had a few police cars drop by, and we take care of them.
You better do the right thing for the
Yeah.
policeman, man. You
Yeah.
never know when you need one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back to blue.
We take care of them. They take care of us.
Hey, it's Chef Cholo from the Go Crying the Walk-In podcast. And if you're sick and tired of mediocre pricing, quality, and service from your local produce vendor, look no further than American Food Connection. They're a buying group. What they do is they source your needs. You give them an order, they will source it from multiple vendors. They bring it all together to you at a quality and price and service that right now I don't see anywhere out there. So what do you got to do? Look at the number on the bottom of the screen, pick up the phone, ask for Danny, and he'll get it done. You already know. So one day, Vinny, you're going to tell a story. One day we're hanging out in the gym, and Vinny says to me, Chef, you know how to make the white clam pie? Yeah. And I say, yeah, I think I know what I do. And I gave him a couple of ingredients to get. I said, tomorrow I'm going to be working out. I'll be done at 10 o'clock. We'll do it. 10 o'clock, my man's standing there. Chef, I got all the ingredients. We made that white clam pie. You still serving that white clam pie?
It's actually on the way back, but let me tell you that when that pie hit, with our crust and with your, how do you say it, secret.
Nah, it was no secret, Vinny. It was just
With
love.
your secret, with your love.
It's all just
and
love.
Combined on the pie, I mean,
It was hot.
we weren't even able to keep enough in stock.
First day, you
for a
told me you
day.
sold like how many did you sell? We made a whole batch of the clam. You said it was done. You had to make another one.
I made another one actually an hour after you left.
An hour after we left.
Yep, I made another batch of clams because I just saw the way it was going, and that's when we were really hot. I mean, we were like, when I mean hot, we opened up at 11 and closed at 8, and the phone rang all day long.
So now I could see your business has grown so much. I see there's now a white trailer in the parking lot at the gym. There's another truck taking this trailer. And I know you're a big social media guy, and I follow all your social media, and I see it seems like this business is moving. You're coming to people's houses now. Like they have Vinny pull up and make pizza at the house.
Yeah, that's definitely where you want to be in this type of market. It's great to open up for vending.
Right.
And get your name out there.
Right.
And greet people and talk to them.
Create a buzz.
But if you're going to be out and there's two things you're in business for. You're in it for the income.
Yeah.
And you're in it for the outcome.
Right.
So for the income, it's actually awesome. It's great. But for the outcome, I want to leave footprints on people's hearts. And that's what I do. Pizza has a way of doing that. And with good service, smile, attitude, happiness, and some love mixed in, I mean, it's a grand slam. People actually come and they say, yo, this is one of the best parties we've ever had. There's no cooking, no cleanup. You know, you bring the trailer right here, you take the garbage, you made our guests laugh, we had a good time. And the referral, we never advertised. Thank God. We don't
never
have to
had it advertised.
I've never advertised one party.
Vinny turns down parties every week. He told me himself.
Can't
do everybody. Can't do everybody.
We've had to turn it down, you know, and thank God we're at a place like that, you know, because when we had the cafe,
you were struggling to make people come.
Of course,
yeah.
We opened this trailer up, Chef, with $0 in the bank account.
Wow,
to the last dollar. Should we tile the oven for $2,500? We only have like $3,000 in the account.
Do it.
Yeah, let's tile the oven.
Do it.
Should we throw an extra glazy grout on for another $300? Yeah, do it. We
have
$200 left.
The trailer's so dope, man. It looks so cool.
So we did put all the eggs in one basket, and we rode on a wave of faith, and it landed us just continuously into the next.
You know,
into the next.
as a consumer, I can tell you. I mean, the minute I met you, the minute I met Andrea, and the vibe, and just the care. I mean, you just. I say it all the time. You just don't see it anymore. This industry is dwindling down to something very different right now. And if you can touch people the way you touch them through your food and through your appearance and through how you handle yourself and it's your family right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you see
you
your
see
wife
them
and
every day.
your brother-in-law. You know what I mean? Everybody's there. The cuñado, everybody's in there. They're doing it. And that's something very special. And I hope you realize that you have that something very special.
Yeah, oh my God, Chef, without that team, without my wife, doing Instagram, without my wife, taking pictures. And I remember when she used to take pictures, I used to go nuts. Put the camera down, we got a lot. And she would just go and do her own thing because she saw that vision of what she had to do.
Isn't it amazing?
I would tell her, babe, we're so busy, put that camera down right now,
Stretch dough.
That's it. That's all. And she, no. And she would take 2-second pictures and make them look marvelous.
She really
and that's
knows.
that's why we are where we are today, because I was in the mode of getting the pizza out. She was in the mode of getting the pizza out picture-wise.
Right.
So
Now,
people can see that.
Now, is Andrea like a big social media person?
No.
Did she teach herself something? I mean, how did she figure it out? It just came natural.
She ultimately she had her own goal, her own vision.
Right.
And she went with it.
Right on.
She said, babe, what should I do? I said, do what you think is best. And that's in this type of business, you have to let people venture off on their own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You have to have that trust as a leader.
Yeah.
That's the only way things move.
That's it.
Things move. I mean, you learn. My father taught me to handle mild disappointments. And it sounds weird when you say it at first, but you teach somebody to do something, and they don't do it exactly as the way you do it. They kind of do it the way they do it, but you teach it to a person that you know has care and love for what they do. And then you have to be able to handle that little bit of disappointment in life, because that person needs to carry out these other things, and you need to move on and do other stuff. So to be able to let people do what they do and accept how they do it, if it's not exactly the way you do it, well, then that's what really makes it grow. That's how you go on. That's how you're not just the guy that's chaining himself to the stove and is like, I'm the only one that knows how to do this.
And coming from where I come from, working, in other pizzerias, especially at Rocco's, we had to follow it by the book. And I got to say, that's why his pizzeria runs the way it does. Everyone's on time. Everything's always clean.
Right.
And I've followed that motto, and I've passed it down to my guys. And going back to what you said, I've taken the little disappointment. If they're going to do it that way, I might have to go cry in the walk-in box. You know what I
Vinny,
mean?
sometimes
And
it
I-
has to happen.
And I say, look, I've taught them that way, and they do it. They get the job done.
Yeah.
And my team, I gotta say, is unbelievable.
Dude, I go to that trailer. I don't see Vinny in there. I get my Long Island bacon, egg, cheese pizza. There's no difference anytime I go there.
And that's the way.
No
That's the
difference.
way it should be. Listen, we have a good crew. These guys are trained. I train them like warriors.
Yeah.
And they act like warriors too. If something's got to get done, my crew never says no.
Psycho Doug still working on the trailer?
Yeah, Dougie's with us. Dougie is one of my main guys.
Let
With
me-
Carlos. And with
Let
Carlos,
me tell you something
Chris,
about
and
Doug.
Andre.
I met Doug maybe 10 years ago at another gym. And honestly, he might be pound for pound, one of the strongest guys I know in a gym. You watch the guy, and he does things with his body and his muscles. And what's amazing is that, I don't know if he still does, but like I would see him like at the other gym, he would be doing these things, hanging his body, pulling his body, lifting weights, throwing two 50-pound plates on his back and doing push-ups. And then he'd go outside and smoke a cigarette and then come back inside.
Yeah.
That's a true freaking maniac right there. That's a guy you got to be careful.
Dougie's a warrior. Dougie's with us. Carlos is with us. My brother-in-law, he's awesome.
Carlos is awesome, yeah.
Carlos is
The
awesome.
cuñado.
He's my right hand.
He is, right?
We got Derek. Derek comes down and helps us, on odd nights when I need somebody to stretch some pizza dough.
You do all it, like you drive the trailer and put it in place every time, or you even trust somebody else to drive that thing
Carlos
around?
drives one of the trailers.
Carlos drives one around.
Yep. Carlos drives one of the trailers. I drive the other one. We both learned on our own.
Yeah.
I learned on my own, and I told Carlos, here, I'm paying somebody to
Dude.
help you learn. And I just said, hey, just go. I mean, they wouldn't call me. They would back up in the tight driveways, tight spots. Some of the sites
scary.
that we pull up on.
Dude, I
it's
seen a video Andrea made of you pulling up on an angle on somebody. I couldn't believe you made it in the spot.
It's just there's some things where people you're like, come on, you're kidding me, right? But that's with the territory. You got to make everybody. You try to make everybody happy.
When you deal with the
But,
public, that's what you
yeah,
have to do.
But going back to the team, they're amazing.
Family.
They're family. Everyone's family, no matter what. Doug, he's not blood, but he's family.
He is, right?
Derek's not blood, but he's family.
He said your sister. You said your sister used to work with you at Rocco's or something like that. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He knew you through his sister or something like that. I
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
him. I said, "How you
Stace,
know
yep.
Vinny?" Because I saw him in the trailer that one day. You were like, "Yeah, he's like doing this and doing that." Now I see him. He's there all the time doing.
Yeah, Doug,
he
he's
used to take people's blood. Does he do that
Yeah,
anymore? Like a vampire.
Nah, he's done with that for now.
Phlebotomist.
And he's just- yeah, he's
That's
a
what that's called.
phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist.
And
yeah.
he's hanging out with us, but just the team is unbelievable. My
Trains
wife,
every
thank
day.
God,
Trains every day.
Thank God I have one kick-ass wife
Your wife's pretty awesome.
who can be side by side with me. Not under me, not over me, right there.
I happen to know what that means. You know,
And she
me and my
just-
work work together too.
She whoops ass, dude.
Ride
She's
or
been
die.
she's beyond ride or die, dude. She's unbelievable. But to work, we wake up together, go to sleep together,
Believe me,
do
I know.
everything together. And you know what? She stays in her lane, I stay in mine. We're never, ever angry.
You let her
at
go to
each
Home
other.
Goods once in a while on her
That's
own.
it. She goes to Home Goods
Yeah.
and brings back the goods.
Sometimes I have to stay in the car when she wants to go to Home Goods. I can't handle the Home Goods. Or Marshalls. They used to have clothes for me in Marshalls. Now there's no clothes for me. I have nothing to look at when I'm there. It's a problem, Vinny. What are you looking at on social media lately, bro?
I sift through a lot of wood-fired pizza.
You're
See
on
what's-
these guys.
Yeah, just seeing what people are doing, what they're coming out with. And I tend to keep everything, I change everything up every now and then.
Right.
Little bit.
Let's talk about the wood for a minute because, it has to be a serious, proposition here, making sure, I guess it has to be dry. You buy it perfectly dry or you have to, go through that process? No. Here
My
we go.
guys, we post on Instagram,
I saw you cutting wood on Instagram, yeah.
we cut, like today we were cutting wood.
How many times a month do you get wood?
We get a dump probably like once a month, and then we cut.
How much
actual-
comes once a month?
I would say a dump truck. Probably
Jeez.
about
Is that like a
75
cord of wood?
More than that.
More
about
than a cord of wood.
75 round logs, cut to 16 inches.
See?
So
See?
cut to 16. It goes through the kinetic wood splitter, and I got to give a shout out to Rich, who came down and
Rich the wood guy.
no. He hand delivered a super splitter to me, a $3,500 machine. So
What
he
is a
used
super splitter?
It splits logs right in half.
You don't got to use a wood maul or an axe or
He
anything.
came down $3,500 and just said, "Here, this is for you to use."
Best money you ever spent.
No, I didn't.
He
pay
gave
for
it to you.
He lent it to me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Unbelievable, man.
Well, what kind of wood you burn in that truck?
White oak.
Only one thing, white
Red
oak.
oak, white
and
oak.
why is that?
That's
Why white oak?
It just, I know how to cook with it. The flavor I want to be consistent. So if I started with white oak and red oak, I want it to be like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It gives off, it doesn't smoke. We let it cure the right way. I mean,
It imparts flavor into the pizza? No, not really. It's not what it's about.
No, it does. It does.
It
You
does.
smell that red or white oak, and we'll leave one off to the side. And when that smoke billows through
Right.
and goes up the flue, it catches on top of that pizza. It's
Wow.
unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, I looked in that trailer, man. I look at that fire burning in there. It's intense, man.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's intense.
A lot of people love to know what's going on in the trailer, and we keep it transparent. You want to come up in the trailer? I'm
Nah,
not
you're
too
cool.
busy.
Music's playing.
Come on up.
It's a vibe over there.
You know, our trailer is always clean. It's never dirty.
Oh, you know how to run a business. I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that.
So we try really hard. It's day in and day out, and it's tough, man. It's not easy. But one thing I gotta say is, you know, thinking on the way over here, go cry in the walk-in box. These kids today,
Yo, let's not get into that.
we're not
We're
gonna
gonna
get
do
into
that.
it, but I thank God that I'm able to have a crew
Yeah.
that's not gonna cry, quit, go home, walk away. I broke a nail. I have a sniffle. They'll troop through.
Believe me, I got two 22-year-old sons. I see it all the time. And, you know, you work through it, and you got to teach young people. But it's a different world. I'm 55. I don't know how old you are, but, you know, the
My
world
guys,
is changing.
if they're ever sick or they let me know, I don't want them in the trailer.
Well, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't play
Real
around
sick.
with that. I'm
Yeah,
talking
real
about real sick.
No, I understand.
You know what I
Believe
mean?
me.
That I don't
I
play
have
with.
23 people on a
If
schedule.
they get
at work.
butthurt over a comment, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
no,
can
understand.
see it, and I call it out. Is something wrong? You know what I
You
mean? And I
okay?
talk about it with them, guys.
You gotta
This
be
is the way I
You got to
run
be the father.
show.
You
This
got to
is
be the
it.
father, Vinny. Awesome. Well, brother, it was great chopping it up with you today.
Absolutely,
I
man.
got
I'm
a
glad
lot
I
of love
came
for you,
down.
man.
Yeah, I got a
I
lot of
love
love
you
for
so
you, too.
much. And I wish you the best of luck. And then we're going to have to collab on a new pizza, brother. We're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
have to do something fresh,
Yeah,
something
you guys,
new.
they're not ready for a new pizza yet.
They're not ready yet?
I don't think they're ready. They're still getting the drip off the.
I got to do
pizza.
something with my head, brother. I got to do something. You hook me up, all right? Listen,
Absolutely.
you're watching Go Crying to Walk In. I'm Chef Cholo, and you already know.